Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Big Bets on Campus podcast. I am Matt Cox, your host, one of the three founding members of the three-man weave. Jim Root and Kai McKeon, you'll hear their lovely voices coming through the airwaves soon. Collectively, we are the weave, and the topic is college basketball, as it has been all season, coming to you every Wednesday morning with a new drop. On top of another addition to our slate, fellas, we're doing Saturday drops with our guy Stuckey. So college basketball just shooting out of a fire hose at your face. Put college basketball behind you. Let's get it going. We have a few that are in that short-ish spread discussion for live dogs, cheaper money line bets, but legitimately have chances to win. Then some longer shots, and then I added a few complete lunacy Hail Marys to this mix. Started off here with my Saints. Yes, they are back in this section. They are going to Manhattan this upcoming Friday. And in general, I think you're going to see them talked about throughout this show, through the rest of the year. They're just very undervalued right now, Jim. A team that was ravaged with injuries. All the analytic rankings continue to view them as like a fringe top 300 team. I don't think any of us agree with that sentiment. Are you officially going to endorse the Saints going to Manhattan to get an outright win this Friday, excuse me?
I am, Matthew. I think the Siena team is, like you said, massively undervalued, and at +5, I don't think that's what the spread will be, because I think the market is starting to catch up to the fact that they were injured and are undervalued. But yeah, I think there's very great possibility that they win. And I mentioned to you guys pre-show that I was going to do a little caveat about betting, that just something that I've taken away from this year, and maybe is something that's affected us. I need to watch less games, because when I watch a bet lose, I just like throw that team in the trash and I get furious with it.
Yep.
And I had a bet earlier on Siena this year, actually 2 straight games that I had bet on them where they lost in overtime. And I was so mad. I like knocked their rating. It was like, that stupid team. How dare they? But they were both correct bets. They were an underdog in both games and just happened to not cover in overtime. So I need to not, overreact to watching them do dumb things in OT, and just focus on the fact that this was the smart bet. Trust the process. Kai, that is a lesson learned, and something I would like to give to the people. Don't overreact to what you watch if it just is making you angry.
Yeah, the eye test, give it the eye test, take it away, Jim. Matt, Siena +5 per Ken Pub against Manhattan. Won't be that, but man, I like him on the money line a lot, dude. Manhattan won the first game in this matchup in overtime. Siena was up by 17 in that game. Yep. Siena should have won. It's good that Manhattan did, though, for our backing of the Saints in this matchup. I do think that was
one of my OT Siena bets.
Yep.
Drove me crazy.
There you go. Siena for sure.
Yep. This is one of the few I will endorse. I'm trying to be more selective, more picky. You can't just spray the board and tout the 2 you got right if you picked 10.
So why did you add these insane Hail Marys at the bottom?
Yeah, let's not talk about this.
I'll do it real quickly. Hey, I just think anything at +175 or better for Siena, I think it's a pretty good bet there. Here are the other 3 that Jim so astutely added to the list. I'm a little bit less hyped about the following, but I think all very valid candidates for outright wins. SMU goes to Memphis on Thursday. The Pony Express going into to the FedEx Forum there. South Dakota State going to St. Thomas on Thursday. A big, the Summit showdown. 2 of the most prolific shooting teams in college basketball this season. And then the 4th one, the Horned Frogs, TCU, going to Oklahoma State. This one's on Wednesday. So tonight, if you're listening to this fresh off the drop, Kai, I'm going to you. Which of these 3 catch your eye, if not multiple?
I don't love the Memphis one because they have lost 2 in a row and they're back at home here. Those 2 were on the road, so I'm staying away from that one. I don't love the St. Thomas one, Matthew, even though I do like the Tommies. I just think South Dakota State is too powerful, could be blowout potential, but I do like TCU. I do think they can win at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's certainly been better at home, but they just played the game of their lives against Baylor, and TCU's been sneaky good this season. Really do think they're a good candidate for a money line play.
Yep, I'm with you on that TCU one. That spot is terrific. Like Oklahoma State won at Baylor. This team can't play in the postseason. Like, that was their Super Bowl. Like, that's as good as you can do. You win at the number 1 team in the country. That's the peak of their existence this year. I don't think they're going to like lay a total egg and get blown out by TCU, but I just, it's hard to get up the same way after a game like that, whereas TCU still has legitimate at-large hopes. So I think it just means a little more for the Horned Frogs. Yeah, I get the skepticism on SMU and St. Thomas. I'm not fully endorsing either one. I will just say South Dakota State has lost at a worse team, Matt, that is a 3-point shooting barrage candidate.
Yep,
that's true.
Lost at Idaho, gave up 100 points. I think it was 98. And this is such a wide variance game. The Ken Pom has the total at 168 points. Both these teams are going to fire up threes. Neither plays any defense. if the Tommies are hot at home, they theoretically could get that done.
Yeah, the Tommies can say, I see you're shooting Jack Bunnies, and I raise you these 30-foot bombs that we continue to hit at a blistering hot clip. It's insane how good of a shooting team the Tommies are this year.
That's a highly recommend watching that one, because I think it'll be a blast of a game.
Like a good old-fashioned YMCA men's league where there's all shooting and no defense play. That's what you'll see there. A couple of long shots. Kai, any interest in the following? I like these two examples, or these two potential money line picks here. Looking at low double-digit spread, most likely, based on the early KenPom number. Charleston going to Towson on Thursday, Colonial match there. And then my favorite so far we've discussed, Missouri State at Loyola. The Blurs have struggled so far, quote unquote, in conference play, not been as dominant as we've seen them throughout the non-conference. And I would argue Missouri State's talent is as good, if not better, than Loyola. What say you?
Yeah, I like both. Charleston, I'm not sure I'm going to take the money line because Towson truly is very, very good this season. Now, I guarantee I'm going to be on them with the points. I guarantee I'll back them as a dog here. Missouri State, though, is interesting. And I like how Jim put it in the outline here, guys. I know you can't see it out there, but Jim, Loyola has repeatedly played with fire, and the Bears are good enough to burn them. That's a great line. Credit to Jim Root. I think Missouri State can and will get it done against Loyola.
Wow. Yeah. See, I think maybe this one, Missouri State's good enough to wake up the Ramblers and like bring out a better performance, where they kind of sleptwalk through the home game against Valpo. The other home game that went to overtime is escaping me. Was it
Bradley?
It was Bradley.
Yes,
okay.
Bradley.
And they got down big against Indiana State early. You just can't keep doing that in a very parity-ridden league like the Missouri Valley without eventually taking a loss. Missouri State's good enough to do it, but I'm not predicting that one. I think I'm going to take the Cougars, though. I think bounce back after they lost at home to UNC Wilmington, and potentially no Terry Nolan for Towson. I think there's going to be good value on that one, Matt.
Don't hate either of those. Missouri State will be one I officially endorse. It's just, that's a parity-ridden league, Jim, but like a really good league, not just like a MAC type of parity where it's like random results all over the board. Just a lot of good teams, and Loyola's been, I think, inflated above where they probably should be relative to their peers. I'm going to throw in one last one, and you guys are going to laugh at me, but sorry, deal with it. Hartford at Vermont. You're looking at probably a price of plus 1,500. Spread should be high double digits. Hartford hasn't played in ages. This is the reigning A East tournament champion. Some weird stuff can happen in the America East, and you get Tracy Carter back, presumably coming off the long COVID shutdown. I think that's worth $10. That's all I'll say. So
this game is on Saturday, Matt. Not
it's on Saturday.
Night.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Sorry, it's Saturday. So you get plenty of time to think about it.
I think you're crazy. There's no way Hartford beats Vermont on the road.
Yeah, Vermont's smacking people in that league. I'm out on that.
All right, $10 to win 150. Pass if you are a fool, like these two are. Okay, hey, quick recap of what we actually like. So I'm going to go Missouri State and Hartford because I'm a nut job. Kyle, what are you official? I'm sorry, Siena, Missouri State, and Hartford.
Okay, I'll take Siena, TCU, and Missouri State.
I'm joining on Siena, so that's a trio agreement. Also TCU with Kai, and I'm going Charleston. I think they win at Towson.